I've been using ArchiCAD on and off for about 15 years, right from student days through some of the practices that I've worked at previously. When I established my own private practice a couple of years ago, my first developmental goal was to equip the office with the latest version of ArchiCAD. Fugitives Drift Lodge is a recent project that we've completed, which is a great example of the value that ArchiCAD has brought to our practice. It was quite obvious to my colleague Keita and I that our clients were struggling to understand our ideas with the 2D drawings that we were providing them with. At our initial meeting, we showed Andrew a two-dimensional hand-drawn site plan of our proposal, and he was clearly on board with the planning logic that we were proposing, but seemed unconvinced about the overall aesthetic and architectural objectives. And so when we actually sat down with him and showed him a very rough CAD model of what we were thinking in terms of how the building would look and feel and perform, it was obvious to us that immediately he became convinced and excited about the project, which was really rewarding for us.
Yeah, it was a big project for us and we were pretty nervous at first. But once we saw the 3D rendering with Mark, we knew we were on the same page immediately, and the result is fantastic.
Perhaps the most potent aspect of ArchiCAD is the BIM concept, which means that our CAD model is the sole creation digitally which produces all of our 2D documents. And so whereas in the old days we would have done individual 2D drawings, and many of them on a particular project, we now create a CAD model which generates drawings of all levels of detail. And that just means that we are extremely efficient in producing new drawings and amending those drawings. And we are also highly accurate because the availability for human error is almost entirely eliminated, because when, for instance, one window is deleted on the CAD model, it vanishes from the floor plan, the relevant elevation, cross-section, window schedule, etc. And so from a documentation point of view, the accuracy and efficiency that brings is completely indispensable to us. One of the tools that ArchiCAD offers is the Renovation Filter, which I thoroughly enjoy and I find extremely valuable to some of the projects we work on. And what this tool does is allow us to assign status to given elements of the building in terms of whether they are existing, unaltered, demolished, or proposed as new. So for example, demolished walls, we tell it that we want those elements to be bright yellow in color. So the client can have a look at the model, see everything that is to be demolished in bright yellow, and then we change that status to post-demolition, and all of those elements are gone. And then we can flip forward to post new elements, and we see everything that is new in a color of their own. And then we can move another step forward to the final product where everything is reflected in its final as-built state. And that just takes the client and contractor through those steps in a very, very clear manner. It is a design tool, and it offers us opportunities to analyze the performance of the building while we're designing it. And perhaps the most relevant of those aspects is solar performance. We are able to take a given design that we're working on, place it in its precise geographic location on Earth, orientate it correctly, and then to subject it to the sun's exposure at any particular time of the year and time of day. I've been really excited by the growth of the practice over the last couple of years, and have been really encouraged to see the value that ArchiCAD has brought. Having made that investment, to experience that value and to see it bear its fruits in various projects, from petrol stations to luxury houses to lodges like Fugitives Drift, that really makes me excited to see what the future can hold and how much more value my relationship with ArchiCAD can bring going forward.